Some say Chinese is one of the most difficult languages in the world, and learning it is almost impossible.
So learning Chinese, the most difficult thing.
非常非常非常非常非常难
So I'm sort of tone deaf. I can't really hear them.
I think the cultural mindset is the biggest complication for
The
us.
grammar.
知吃思诗都还难
It's just complicated so much.
Only because you're not learning it in the right way. Why not try Takeaway Chinese, where you can take some Chinese away and experience progress day by day. Takeaway Chinese, we will promise you a difference.
你好，欢迎收听随行汉语 Welcome to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Mr. Tony Reid in the studio. Hello, Tony.
Hey, Niu, and hello to all of our listeners out there.
Very happy to have you, as always.
Pleasure to be here.
So, I've got a question for you, Mr. Tony Reid.
Okay.
When you travel to different places, what is the one thing that you must visit or must try or, something that is your go-to places or event?
Well, these days I'm a huge fan of massages, so if the country I'm going to has massages, that's one thing that I must try. I like places that have elevation, that way I can see the area over a topical view in some way. And of course, I think everyone wants to taste the culture and eat some
local
of the food.
Yeah, that's my thing. I would definitely go for the local foods. Of course, different places would have different special food, but there's this one thing that you can find almost everywhere, yet the style can be quite different from different places. That is barbecue.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's pretty similar though. I mean, you're cooking over a open fire or coals of some sort. But yeah, I think it has some slight distinctions.
Well, I would find the distinctions quite drastic. I mean, the sauces can be different, the way they are cooked. I mean, even though we call them barbecue in Chinese, 烧烤. 烧means to burn. 烤 means to grill.
Okay.
But you can have totally different kinds of 烧烤. You would have 铁板烧, that is the iron board barbecue. That is, you put your food, you press it.
Bars.
Yeah, you press it on the iron boards. It's an iron plate. And there's the iron boards one, of course. But there's also the 炭烤, that is, you use some coal to grill it. So different types of cooking and of course different sauce. And then you would eat it differently with different side dish or different combination. I mean, that's the thing about Chinese food. I feel like when I visit different places in the country and you order the exact same name of a dish, but you can totally taste different dishes in different places.
Yeah, I think if it's charcoal is used, or if it's wood-burning coals are being used,
totally
or if
different.
it's just cooked on an open fire. I mean, so yeah, I guess it has a little bit to do with the taste and the smell, and so yeah, to me these are relatively slight, but I can see what you mean.
Yes. So today we can talk a little more about 烧烤, the burning and grilling technique of cooking.
All right, hopefully more grilling than burning.
Of course. So for our dear listeners, if you're interested in Chinese culture and Chinese food, and you want to get a grip on the Chinese language, then this is the show for you. Stick with us for 30 minutes and you soon see the rewards. And for more fun Chinese learning, follow our Facebook page, Learn Chinese, to watch many fun videos and live streams. But now, let's provide you with some free Chinese for takeaway. 咱们晚上去吃烧烤吧。
好呀，听你的。
羊肉串、牛肉串一定要有，再来点烤鸡翅和土豆片吧。
多放点孜然和辣椒。
对了，再要2瓶冰汽水。咱们晚上去吃烧烤吧。
好呀，听你的。
羊肉串、牛肉串一定要有，再来点烤鸡翅和土豆片吧。
多放点孜然和辣椒。
对了，再要2瓶冰汽水。And that is the conversation. I find it quite straightforward.
Yeah, I think so. I think we can manage this.
Yes, so let's get started. For the first sentence, 咱们晚上去吃烧烤吧.
So let's go for some barbecue tonight. So 咱们, I think this is let's.
Technically, it's we, but yes, it is usually used in the context of let's do something.
All right.
So how to say let's go get some food?
咱们去吃吧.
See, there you are. Actually, you didn't even have to say 去. If you say 咱们吃饭吧, it works as well. But I'm very glad to see you using that 去 right there correctly.
吃吧.
Yeah, that works really well.
Okay.
How to say let's get off work?
咱们上班.
That is let's go to work.
Oh, really?
You want to say get off work. See, you're the star employee and you really love working. So
No.
instead of saying 咱们下班吧, you said 咱们上班吧.
下班.
下班, let's get off work. See,
Okay.
that's how you use 咱们. All right. 晚上.
Okay, I think that makes sense. 晚上, this is evening or night, right?
Yes.
And then 吃 is go, 吃 is eat, and then 烧烤, this is barbecue,
Yep.
and then the ba is kind of, it goes with the 咱们.
Yeah.
Yeah.
咱们 do something. 吧, let's do something.
Okay.
And I think this sentence, seriously, guys out there listening, remember this sentence. Use it to your Chinese friends. They'll be impressed. They'll probably even treat you with a nice, delicious barbecue dinner. And, you know, 咱们晚上去吃烧烤吧. And then we have 好呀，听你的.
That's, sure, let's do it.
Yes.
So, 好呀 or 好啊 are these
好
types?
吧，好的.
Yeah, all of these are just
好嘞.
agreement sounds like okay or sure or all right. And then 听你的. So this is a new one for me. It sounds like 听, is that here?
And listen.
And then, or listen. And then 你 is you. And then the, you know, it's like
Putting it,
possession. So
yes.
Hear your.
Actually, it means I'm listening to you. I'll follow whatever you said.
Oh, I hear you.
I hear ya. But it's more like a stronger agreement than I hear ya.
Okay.
Yeah, 听你的, I'm listening to you or I am agreeing with your suggestions. So let's do it. You can use it in whatever situations when you want to say let's do it. 听你的.
Really? You can also say 做吧.
听你的.
What 做吧? I've heard this too.
走吧.
Yeah.
走吧, it's like let's go.
Let's go.
If someone suggests you to go somewhere, you say 走吧. But if they suggest you to do something, for example, if I say, Tony, I'm going to need you to record 200 episodes of Takeaway Chinese because you're just, you know, so good at it.
Goodness.
And you're going to say, 听你的.
Oh my goodness.
See?
我非常忙，不可以，对不起。
Aw, didn't trick you into promising anything. All right, the idea is whenever one gives a suggestion, you can use 听你的 to echo or to say, sure, let's do it.
Okay.
听你的。羊肉串、牛肉串一定要有，再来点烤鸡翅和土豆片吧。
All right, we definitely need lamb and beef skewers. And let's get some grilled chicken wings and potato slices. Wow, this person sounds hungry.
And saying these sentences makes my mouth watering.
Yeah. Yang roll. I think this is lamb.
Lamb.
Yang is lamb, and then roll is meat.
Meat, yep.
So lamb meat. And then chuan. I think this is the skewer, right?
Yeah. It's a stick with cubes or
Cubes of flesh
on it.
smashed on it. Yes. And then neuro is beef, as we've talked about many times on the show.
Yes.
And then chuan again is skewer.
How to say pork?
猪肉.
Yeah, perfect.
一定
Must.
And then 要有
Must have.
It's a must have.
Yes. 羊肉串、牛肉串一定要有，再来点。
再来点. So I think 再 is well, I know 来 is come.
点 is a little.
点 is a little.
再 carries the meaning of do something again or a little more of something. So here I would see it as a little more of. So have some more.
Okay. And then 烤鸡翅.
鸡翅.
鸡翅. This is chicken wings.
Chicken
right?
wing, literally. 鸡 is chicken. And
烤 is this like grill?
grill. And 翅 is wing. So you can say 鸡翅 or 鸡肉. That would be chicken meat.
This
but
is
of course,
chicken in
if
general,
we
right?
want to, yes, if we want to suggest it's the wings. And
How
that's
about
the
chicken
thing.
breast? That was the favorite part.
鸡胸.
鸡.
胸.
Okay.
I noticed in English sometimes you would just say wings. But in Chinese, we would always say chicken wings. 鸡翅.
Yeah, I think that's a better way because it clarifies exactly what you're talking about.
Because also sometimes we would eat duck wings as well. So a little bit different here
Understood.
to notice. 烤鸡翅, grilled
He
chicken
is
wings.
And.
和 is
right?
and.
And then 土豆. This is potato, right?
土豆, yeah, potato.
And then 片吧. So 片 is that's a slice.
Yes. 土豆片, that's potato slice. There's also 土豆块, diced potatoes. And 土豆丝.
丝.
丝 is thread, so it's actually shredded potatoes.
Like a hash brown of some sort.
And 土豆泥.
Like you are a potato?
No. Here, 土豆泥 would be mashed potatoes.
It's smashed potatoes, yeah.
Okay. And that's all about potatoes. But of course, sweet potatoes and yams, all these can also be formed into these different shapes.
Right. Okay.
多放点孜然和辣椒.
So that's make sure they add plenty of cumin and chili powder. 多, normally that's like more.
It
right?
is more.
And then 放 is add.
Or put.
点 is a little.
A little. So put a little more.
And then 孜然, I think that's the cumin.
Yes.
And then 和 is and then 辣椒.
辣椒.
La. I know la is like spicy. So maybe this is like a pepper.
Yes. Spicy pepper.
Okay.
对了，再要2瓶冰汽水.
So this is, let's get 2 iced sodas. So these people are just naming off food that they want. They're like really hungry. So 对了. So this is like okay or right. I agree or something. And then 再要.
We talked about
Is this
再.
another or more?
More,
another?
yes.
So another or more 要. Is this want?
Want.
And then 2瓶. So this is 2 bottles.
2 bottles of.
Of something. And then 冰 is ice. And then 汽水, I think that's soda or yeah.
Yes, soda.
Right.
汽水. 汽水 is actually bubbly water.
Okay.
When I visit other countries, I realize when mostly Westerners talk about bubbly water, it's really just bubbly water. It's not soda. Well, it is soda. It's not sweet.
Right.
But in China, we do not see much of those. Do you have any other questions towards the conversation?
Nope. Why don't you go ahead and set it off?
Let's do it. 咱们晚上去吃烧烤吧。
好呀，听你的。
羊肉串、牛肉串一定要有，再来点烤鸡翅和土豆片吧。
多放点孜然和辣椒。
对了，再要2瓶冰汽水。Ooh, I can finish off the episode and go directly to a barbecue place. You're listening to Takeaway Chinese with myself, Niu Hongling, and Tony. We would love to hear from you. Send us your thoughts via email to learnchinese@cri.com.cn. Coming up next, let's learn more barbecue-related vocabularies and talk about our favorite barbecue style. Don't go away, so you will take some Chinese away. Welcome back to Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Tony here in the studio. So Tony, have you heard of the famous Chinese saying 民以食为天?
No, I have not.
民, 人民, people. 以 regard something as. 食, food. 为 goes with 以 something 为 regard something as. And 天 is the sky or the heaven. So for people, food is the sky or the heaven. It's the most important thing. We would translate it as food is the first necessity of the people. Do you agree?
I agree in a lot of ways because I think for some people, it's like a way of life. Like some people love to, you have a lot of foodies out there, and I feel like this lifestyle is growing because for some people that is heaven, to just come and have a meal and just eat, indulge.
Yeah. Indulge is the right word to use here, especially for me, because sometimes I feel like after a really long, busy working day, all I want is to sit in a very comfortable chair and with a lot of my comfort food right in front of me. And they can be different, you know. Sometimes you need the food to be spicy and to make you sweat.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like sweating when I'm eating.
I kind of like it.
I associate that with working out, and I don't want to. I normally like to relax while I'm eating and have something relaxing, not something that's going to make me sweat. That my heart rate goes up and my head is full of sweat. I sweat more than most people too, so that's another thing. It's just
I like it sometimes. I mean, after a very stressful day, you need that 爽 kind of feeling.
爽.
爽. It's like you have this really spicy barbecue, 很辣的，放了很多辣椒的烧烤. You add a lot of pepper on it.
Oh my goodness.
And then you have ice soda. 冰汽水, and you pair them up, you would sweat a little bit, and after that hot summer day, that busy working day, and you have this really, really, really spicy food in your mouth, and with that one sip of cold soda, you would make voices like, that is what I call 爽.
Oh my goodness. You mentioned a hot day and sweaty, spicy food. Oh, just the combination is just too much. It would make me sweat a lot. But yeah, I can understand how having food like this would probably make you forget about a lot of the stuff that you had to deal with during your workday.
Yes.
And because your mind is all on your tongue because it's on fire.
It's on fire, and I love it.
Oh my goodness.
But there are a lot of different kinds of 烧烤. What are some 烧烤 types you have tried?
I've had barbecue here in China that was called from the Xinjiang area. 烤肉.
烤肉.
Okay, what is that?
烤 means to grill. 肉 is just meat.
Okay.
It's literally grilled meat. Actually, when I was in Xinjiang, I tried the 红柳烤肉. 红柳 is red willow because they put meat on the red willow branches.
Okay.
And it would add a little wooden flavor. It's very subtle, but it can be definitely different. And those 烤肉 would normally be put on a grill bars. 烧烤架. We know 烧烤 is barbecue.
Yeah.
架 is a shelf. You put it on the shelf, and it it requires human rotation of the meat.
Oh, rotisserie.
So
rotisserie meat.
Ah, we call it that.
Yeah, when you have to turn it, it's called rotisserie.
Yeah, we turn it a little bit. That's one kind I do really like. And there's the 铁板烧 we mentioned in the beginning of the show. 铁板 is an iron board, it's an iron plate.
Like a hot plate of some sort.
A hot plate of some sort, and you would press the food really hard on the plate. I don't think this kind of barbecue, it's a little bit like when you're doing
teppanyaki.
Wow,
when you go to the Japanese restaurant and they had this huge like a plate, and they cook everything on it, and you just watch them cook, and yeah, it's really entertaining. Yeah, fire. They make a whole bunch of fire come off of the plate.
That's interesting.
Everyone claps their hands. It's a performance. Yeah.
It sounds really fun.
Oh, yeah.
And also there's the other kind I remember as 吊炉烧.
吊炉烧.
吊 carries the meaning of hand something, and 炉 is just an oven. 烧烤 grill, burn carries that meaning. So basically you have the food being hung up in a really tall, big oven of some sort. And it's a little bit like barbecue in an oven, but because the temperature in it is very steady and very high, it tastes a little bit different with some coal.
Okay, coals.
With some coals in the bottom of that oven. So that is another kind I can recall.
Charbroiled, huh?
Yeah.
Sounds nice.
So all these different kinds of 烧烤, but I feel like when it comes to the kind that you expats would refer to, you would understand it as 烤串, right?
烤串.
烤串.
Probably.
So that's the ingredient on a stick kind of barbecue.
Yes, on a skewer. That's I think when we come here, that's what we see a lot of on the streets. So it's like, and it's really good. So it's very memorable. But as you mentioned, there's lots of ways to barbecue. Barbecue is a pastime for a lot of people all over. I think there's Hawaiian barbecue that I've tried, and all over the world they talk about Mongolian barbecue. You keep hearing that, and I'm not sure if the barbecue that I've eaten is Mongolian style or not. But
I feel like Mongolian barbecue is the one that they would grill the lamb in its entirety and then slice the meat down.
Maybe, perhaps.
That can be.
Yeah. I can't say that I've tried it in Mongolia, so I don't know if it's authentic or not wherever I've tried it, but it's still pretty good.
So since I know you don't eat meat, what do you barbecue?
Well, it's been a while since I've had a good barbecue. But for me, these days, I just barbecue a lot of vegetables and mushrooms.
Ooh,
mushrooms are kind of cool because depending on the style or the one that you get, you could marinate it like you would marinate meat. And you could stick a skewer in it and then stick it on to, a grill, and you can actually grill the mushrooms, and they're chewy, and some of them have a similar texture as meat as well.
I love mushrooms as well. And there are a lot of different types of mushrooms.
Yeah.
We have 香菇, 蘑菇, 平菇, 金针菇, 杏鲍菇, 猴头菇.
goodness.
And that's the thing. I know all these Chinese names. I do not know their English names.
Yeah, I don't know any of the English names either. I just know we just call it one word, mushroom, or button mushrooms, and that's pretty much it.
There's the really long ones and the really big ones and the really thick ones. I can just say that.
I didn't see those in America. The first place I saw them was here in China. Like all of the mushrooms you guys have here, it's just unreal. And I think when I go back home, I don't know if all of those options will be available.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
I know, I am too. So it's yeah.
So guys listening out there are tons of different types of mushrooms here in China. If you're into mushrooms, come to China and see those different kinds.
Yeah, but veggies, and I'm still exploring, because I'm a vegetarian, I'm exploring how to make kind of like my own
ingredient.
So I could cook some chickpea or yin zui dou.
鹰嘴豆.
Or which are chickpeas. And then I can kind of blend it or grind it into like a paste, and then try to fry it on the hot plate. How do you call that again? The iron plate?
铁板烧.
铁板烧. So cook it that way, and you can kind of fry it into some kind of like patty. And so I don't know. There's certain ways that you can make these vegetables taste and have a similar texture as meat. So I'm exploring that.
Yeah, that's interesting. And one ingredient or one vegetable that I feel like really good for barbecue is eggplant.
Oh, eggplant. Yeah, that's another one that's pretty good.
Because I feel like for barbecues, most food are really heavily seasoned. And if eggplants can absorb a lot of good gets charged oil, edible oil. It can taste really good. I know it's not as healthy, but it can really taste.
It depends on the oil you use.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, avocado oil is pretty good at high temperatures. Grapeseed oil is pretty good at high temperatures. Everything else you may need to watch out for.
And eggplant in Chinese would be 茄子.
茄子.
Yes, 茄子.
How about asparagus? Asparagus is another one that's
commonly...芦笋.
What is it?
芦笋.
芦笋. Yeah, 芦笋 is also quite popularly fried or used for barbecues.
I feel like asparagus is used to accompany a beef steak.
Yeah.
More often.
Yeah.
But for the char kind of barbecue that you can have on the side of the street with your friends, sitting on little stools, maybe you would find less asparagus.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's different.
Back home, onions, bell peppers, and asparagus are often cooked on the grill.
Ah, very, very tasty.
Yes.
And on top of the way you cook them, there are different ways to eat them. Of course, you can eat barbecue directly, but you can also accompany them with a Chinese-style steamed bun or a little pancake thing, a really Chinese-style pancake thing. You can wrap the meat in the Chinese pancake and with a little bit of, like you said, onion or garlic, 蒜, 大蒜 garlic. And you can also put a little bit of this really thick sauce on it. So all that wrapped together can be really enjoyable as well.
Sounds like it, yeah. What does swan mean? I know da sounds like it's big, and then da swan.
It's just garlic.
Okay, so you can't break it up. It doesn't have the swan.
No, swan itself is also garlic.
Ah, okay. So big garlic, huh?
Big garlic.
Okay.
And that brings us to the end of today's Takeaway Chinese. I'm Niu Honglin with Tony here in the studio. For more episodes of the show, you can visit our website at radio.cgtn.com and go to the column podcast. You can also listen to the show and read the script there.
And you can find us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts, including Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and much more. Just search for Takeaway Chinese, and don't forget to leave your questions, comments, and ratings.
感谢收听，我们下次再见。
再见。